Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to this post-Christmas edition of Titans and Truth. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer, and we're going to have a great episode for you. And it is a happy time to be a Titans fan. And I hope everybody had a very, very Merry Christmas and a start to 2019, because this actually is looking like it's going to be the last show of 2019. The next time you will, the last show of 2018, excuse me. So the next time you will be hearing my voice, it will be 2019 as we get ready to talk Tennessee Titan football. And hopefully everybody's doing good. Miss Ashley Adams, good evening to you. One and only, what's up with you? DeAndre, yes, I did have a very good Christmas. I hope everybody else did as well. Make sure y'all share this out. Tell everybody about the show so everybody can pile in, and we can gonna kind of wing it a little bit tonight as we talk a little bit about the Redskin victory and talk a little bit about the Indianapolis Colts coming in. It is basically do or die. Win and we're in. That's basically the slogan. Win and we're in. And we're going to talk more about the fact that it is now flexed. It is Sunday Night Football. Couldn't get any better than that. So we'll know exactly what we're playing for when we're up playing. So that is something that we're definitely going to talk about and everything. So I hope everybody had a really good Christmas. Ashley, unfortunately, I look like I am not going to be attending the game because I'm going to be, unfortunately, out of town for the new year. But I will be watching. So I guarantee you I will be watching. I'm definitely going to try to either go live on YouTube or I may go live on the Facebook page. More details of that to come. I will be probably at the most likely in Memphis, Tennessee. I will be at the Titan fan club headquarters, which is Flavor House. They got great food there, so I will be there live. I will definitely probably do a pregame, and I may even try to do a postgame show after the game on Sunday night. So either way, you're going to hear from me. I will be watching. I'm definitely going to be cheering for the boys, and definitely going to give some action wherever I am as far as the game is going. So you will be hearing from me. That much is guaranteed. But let's quickly get into this game, talk about this victory over the Redskins. I was there. It was great. Was able to be among friends, even though one of my closest friends is indeed a Redskins fan. But I definitely give her some love on that. Miss Crystal Hayward, definitely a supporter of Titans and Truth. I appreciate her supporting the show and supporting everything, even though her Redskins did fall to us 25-16. We are now 9-6, winners of 4 in a row, and we're definitely trying to inch ever so closely to the playoffs, and we are almost there. The scenario was we had to win 5 in a row to get in, and we are 1 victory away from doing that. But this game had its twists and turns. Started off, it just felt uncomfortable early because, it seemed like the offense was kind of out of sync a bit. The offensive line kind of came back down to earth a little bit. Marcus kind of had his struggles a bit. He got hurt, unfortunately, in the later part of the first half. Blaine Gabbert had to come in and finish the game. Marcus had a stinger injury, is what they call it. Of course, we'll talk more about that a little bit later in the show, but had a little bit of a stinger and everything. So Blaine Gabbert came in and finished the game. But the offensive line looked like they came back down to earth a little bit. They had their struggles throughout the game. And again, much credit to the Washington Redskins front seven. That front seven is a very, very good defense. You had Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne. You got Ryan Kerrigan, who's going to the Pro Bowl. You have Foster. Definitely some very good players. So, that was something that they definitely struggled with on the offensive side of the ball. But Derrick Henry did have a pretty decent afternoon. 21 carries, 84 yards, a touchdown. He is ever close to 1,000 yards. He is now 34 yards away from 1,000 yards. I think he is going to hit that mark. He will have his first career 1,000-yard season. I just hate it took so long for him to get to that point. But hey, he's there. And for one of my top fans, Miss Loretta, I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm pretty much believing in Derrick Henry now because, you know, early on in the year, as many of you probably know, I said I gave up on him. But Derrick Henry, these last few weeks, he got me to the doorstep. He's got me where I got my foot in the door. I sat down a bit. Now he's got me to the dinner table. And get to 1,000 yards, he's going to have me eating. So, as Jared Stillman would say on 102.5, let the big dog eat. Derrick Henry has got to eat in this upcoming game against the Colts, even though the Colts defense is very, very good. He's got to eat. He's got to eat for us to win this football game. So, and that's something I'm definitely going to talk about. He's got to eat. What I didn't like as far as the passing game goes, you know, Taywan Taylor had a few nice catches. Corey Davis had a couple of catches, and I still don't like how Matt LaFleur, he starts off going to Corey Davis, and then he goes away from him as the game goes on. If Corey Davis is one of your best weapons, I'm sorry, I am force-feeding Corey Davis. I am going to make the defense stop Corey Davis at all costs. I'm going to Corey Davis almost every other play. I don't care if they know I'm going to Corey Davis. That is where I'm going because he's your best option. Taywan Taylor, very, very good. I will probably hit him over the slot, maybe a couple deep plays to him, you know, and do some things on that end. Tajay Sharp has disappeared. I don't know if Tajay Sharp is going to be on this team next year. You know, I liked him coming in, but Tajay Sharp has completely disappeared from this offense. I don't know where Tajay Sharp has been since the London game. Ever since the London game, Tajay Sharp has been non-existent. Plain and simple. He hasn't been around. He hasn't done much. He doesn't do anything for me. I think we got to draft a wide receiver or get one in free agency that could be a solid number 2 behind Corey Davis. Plain and simple. Tajay Sharp, yeah, I'm done with him. Plain and simple. Like the guy, but I'm done. I am done. Tight end wise, the tight ends have started to show up. Michael Pruitt, his first career touchdown, he's done pretty well. I think he's going to stick going forward. Anthony Ferguson, I think, will stick going forward. And then, of course, you'll probably have, as much as I want to get rid of Jonnu Smith, I think by default he'll stay with Delaney Walker. I think Luke Stockard is gone. You know, Stocker's a good blocker, you know, maybe as a fullback or something like that doesn't get the ball at all. But other than that, there's no use for Luke Stocker on this team. I think we're going to a more passing offense next year with a lot of running from Derrick Henry. But Luke Stocker, I just don't think he has a place on this team going forward. And I'm going to get to the defense in just a minute. So, you know, I'm just going to go back and read through some comments. You know, I see Lil Kilo saying for the boys. Titan Anderson, what's up with you? Juan and only said, damn, it would be nice to beat Luck for all the marbles. Well, kind of. And that is true. We're going to have to do that. Classic Ride, always as usual, Graveyard. What's going on? Hope y'all working hard and making that money. Definitely Henry needs 30-plus carries. He's going to have to carry a lot. Washington chewing up clock with long drives, and they were doing that. Very good front seven, seeming like our O-line could not block. And again, that's very true, Isaiah. You know, I mean, that front seven was very good. We had our troubles against that front seven. And the Colts front seven is pretty decent as well. So we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's on that. Let's see. T-Swag saying Henry missed his block on the delayed blitz. And that's the one flaw for Derrick Henry has been pass blocking. He has got to get better with pass blocking, because if he doesn't, he's not going to be that feature top back. He's got to be able to do some things out of the backfield, and he's got to do better with pass blocking. That is something that during the offseason they have got to pound into his head. If nothing else, forget trying to run the ball, help in pass protection. That is something that Derrick Henry has got to improve on. Yeah, Derrick Henry will hit 1,000 yards. I agree with that classic ride. Ashley Henry will get us this W so we can get into the playoffs. He is the beast. I hope so. We need to root for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Joseph Rodriguez says. Beat Houston. Blake Bortles playing again on Sunday. Blake Bortles gives Jacksonville a better chance than Cody Kessler. Not much of a chance, but a better one. Yeah, definitely a long drive for Washington. They had a couple of long drives, definitely. So we definitely got to see that. Sharp is hurt. I don't know if he's hurt or not, but he hasn't done much. That much is a fact. Don't know if we can win without Marcus. I'm going to get into the injury point, because that is a very, very big part of this entire equation is, will Marcus even play? And, you know, and stuff like that. So let's see. Ashley saying, how do you invite people? I think the way that you do that, is, let's see, you could do it by, do it on Facebook. Definitely do it by Facebook and all of that. So you can definitely do it on Facebook. There's probably a share button on your if you're logged into your YouTube, you can share it out that way and stuff like that. So I think there's a way that you could do that. So I would share it out, but I know I'm in the middle and I don't want to mess up the show by sharing it out myself. But, you know, definitely tell people that is live, that is going on right now. That's the best way to do it, is on your Facebook. You could definitely do that, or any of your platforms, Twitter, Instagram. Just say, hey, Titans and Truth is live. Come join me. Something like that. That's basically the way that you could do that. But yes, the offense has got to clean some stuff up. We have got to be able to score, and we're going to have to be able to run some clock if we're going to beat Indianapolis. That much is a fact. On the other side of the ball, defensively, on the defensive side of the ball, we did suffer a massive, massive loss with Jarrell Casey going down, had a knee injury. He is out for the rest of the year. He's been put on IR, and that one hurt. That one definitely hurt, without a doubt, because he was one of he was the heart and soul of the defense so far, along with Wesley Woodyard. And so if we're gonna win this game and get on into the playoffs, we're gonna have to do it without Jarrell Casey. That means everybody else on the defense is gonna have to step up in a major way and get some pressure. Rashaan Evans may have to do some work coming off the edge. Sharif Finch did fully practice, so he's probably gonna play. Harold Landry's gonna have to be big. Arakpo did not practice today. So we're going to monitor that definitely, but they're going to have to get some pressure on Andrew Luck. That much is a factor. Getting away with it against Josh Johnson is one thing. Getting away with it against Andrew Luck, that's going to be a completely different animal altogether. And that's something we're going to talk about. So, you know, Terrence coming in saying John Newman was coming into his own before he got hurt. What's up, Chromosome? Let's see. Nice to have Stalker as a fullback. 3 weeks ago after that Jacksonville game, Casey said, we're going to ride Henry into the postseason. I agree with that. If Mariota could go and if he wins this game, do you think this will shut the haters up? That's a good question. I'm going to definitely add that in. I think he can shut the haters up. If he comes on and plays this game and wins this game, I think that's going to definitely help silence the critics because this is too big of a game for Marcus to miss. I think even if he's limited all week, he will play in this game. I don't think Marcus is missing this game for nothing in this world. He wants to play. He wants to lead. He cares about this team more than anything. So I think he's going to definitely play. And so let's see. I'm looking at some more comments. Yeah, definitely 99 going down is definitely hurting us, but we got to march on. Next man up, and we just definitely got to do that. On the other side, yes, we struggled a bit against that Washington offense, even though it was a makeshift offensive line. Adrian Peterson got over 100 yards. He got 1,000 yards for the year. But, I mean, the thing I will say is that Adrian Peterson had to work for every single yard he got. He wasn't just busting out 25, 30-yard runs. That wasn't what was happening. I think he maybe had one good run that was over 10 yards. Most part, we kept him bottled up, but he was getting, you know, those small chunks, 7, 8 yards a gain, close to the first down most of the time. So run defense, we got to definitely short some things up. And we have got to get better at getting after Josh Johnson. I think we only sacked him twice in the game, so we got to get better with that. Pass defense had its issues. I didn't think we were going to miss Logan Ryan a lot, but we missed him a lot in this game. Logan Ryan being out hurt big time because there were some receivers running open a bit. Jamison Crowder, Dotson caught a pass over the middle. And there were some mistakes made. Adoree Jackson made a mistake on Washington's only touchdown. That was to Michael Floyd. If Adoree Jackson just turns and goes for the football, he has a pick 6. So that was a big mistake by Adoree Jackson. If he just turns and looks at the football, he has a pick 6 going the other way because with his speed, nobody's going to catch him. I think Rashawn had a nice little game. Woodyard kind of struggled a little bit, even though he had a sack. But all in all, I think the defense kind of held up a bit after kind of getting rocked a bit in the first half. But in the second half, they shut things down. Kevin Byard had the game-sealing interception. That was big. And then Malcolm Butler took a pick 6 to the house on the final play of the game, which was very nice to see him build up his confidence as well. So, even though the defense did struggle a bit, I think they finished off very well and everything with that. So I think the defense for the most part did pretty good. Let's see. Blackjack says, last game, Henry wasn't running hard. If he shows and Mariota plays, I can see them handling Indy. Just use the run to keep the ball away from Luck. I agree with that. O-line shows up and creates some lanes. Henry will do the rest. Let's see. Washington was just prepared for the most part. I'll give Washington deserves a lot of credit. They played extremely well. They were prepared. They came in and gave a fight. They were fighting for their lives because they were trying to get into the playoffs, but now they're eliminated. Interior pass rush, that's going to be an issue. We're going to have to blitz in this upcoming game. Let's see. Classic Rod said, people talking about Mariota being injury prone, missing games. Luck missed an entire season. Luck missed the better part of 2 years, but that's Andrew Luck. He's come back, played every game, and he's lighting it up. Marcus has had injury issues 3 separate times this year. And I'm not giving up on Marcus or anything like that, but if he's going to earn that money, he better play in this game. That much is a fact. Classic Ride, you're absolutely right. That's an excellent point. The Colts have only beaten one team that has a winning record. The Titans have beaten at least 3 teams with winning records, and we've beaten a couple of teams that may go into the playoffs. We know the Patriots are going to the playoffs. The Cowboys just won the East. The Eagles have a chance to get into the playoffs. We've beaten them. Who else that is? That is Houston, another team that's going into the playoffs. We've beaten them. So we've beaten some teams that are going to the playoffs or at least competing for the playoffs. Joseph says Ryan Suckup needs to work on extra points. Yes, Ryan Suckup has struggled a lot lately. He's missed 3 extra points in the last 4 games, which, I mean, that extra point almost cost us the game against Washington in the most part. And that was the reason why the Titans did not cover the spread, was because of that extra point. So, I mean, Suckup needs to get his kicks together. And like the Colts' last 7 games, except for 1, has been indoors, except for the Jacksonville game where they were shut out. And, you know, Deion Sanders said it, even though I don't agree a lot with what Deion Sanders said. This is going to be a different game for Indianapolis because they got to come outside. They got to play in the cold. And dome teams usually do not do well outdoors, especially in the cold. And that is something that they're going to have to deal with. There may be a little rain in the forecast or anything like that. So this could be the game that we could get Andrew Luck because of the weather. The weather could play a huge part in this game. So that is something that we're going to have to definitely watch out for. But yes, that was the main part of this game. I'm glad they won. I'm happy that they won. We're 9-6, won 4 in a row, and now we go for 5 in a row. So let's go into the playoff scenarios that we have now. Now this game is on Sunday Night Football. It is going to be the big game, the big show. Everybody's going to be watching. It's win or go home. The winner gets into the playoffs. The loser goes home. Plain and simple. That's all we got to go for that. And so here's the scenarios. The main scenario is this. Win and we're in. Plain and simple, we're at least going to be the 6th seed. So we win this game, we are in the playoffs. And there'll be no questions asked. We play in a wild card weekend next weekend against the number 3 seed, whether that is, you know, the Houston Texans or maybe the Baltimore Ravens. It looks like those are the 2 most likely destinations. Now, the division title is still up for grabs. If we win and Houston loses, we're division champions. We host a playoff game wild card weekend at Nissan Stadium, which I will be there. Without a doubt in my mind, I will be at wild card weekend. Nothing will stop me from going to that game. Wild card weekend, I'll be there if it is a home game and they win the division, which is still a big possibility. And once again, by Sunday night, we will know if we're playing for the division title or if we're just playing to get in. Or, as shockingly as this may happen, and this is the least likely of the 3 scenarios, the Tennessee Titans could still earn a first-round bye in the playoffs. But in order for that to happen, of course, we got to win. Houston, New England, and Baltimore have to lose their games. They do that, we win. We have a first-round bye and won't be playing until the divisional round, which will be 2 weeks from Sunday. At Nissan Stadium. So there are 2 shots of us hosting a home playoff game. We win and Houston lose, we capture the division. And we host in the wild card. Or if all 3 of those other teams lose and we win, we earn a first-round bye. 2 weeks from Sunday, we host the divisional round against most likely the higher remaining seed that is left. That could be the Chargers, that could be the Texans, that could even be the Patriots coming to Nissan Stadium in the divisional round. So anything can happen. Anything can happen, and we're going to definitely find out. So we have a lot to play for this Sunday. But again, we had some injuries. Again, Marcus hurt. He did have a press conference basically saying that he did, he rested. He's doing some rehab. He's going to do everything in his power to play on Sunday. He said he remains very optimistic that he can. But as insurance, they did bring back Austin Davis as the 3rd quarterback. Just as insurance. So we're definitely going to see if Marcus can go. I think this game is too big for Marcus to miss. I think Marcus will play. I think Marcus will go, and he can lead us to the wild card playoffs, maybe even to a division title. Jarrell Casey being down. I hate he's hurt on IR. We're definitely, the injury bug is hitting us at the worst time. But again, as always, that New England mentality that Vrabel and John Robinson have, next man up. Next man better step up and play. So Austin Johnson, Kilgo, maybe we have a Benny Logan sighting. Somebody's got to step up and play big. And, I mean, in this scenario, you better play like there's no tomorrow, because there isn't. There's no tomorrow. So they better play with their heads on fire, with everything on the line. They better give it absolutely everything they have to get into the playoffs. And so that's what we're going to have to do. Marcus Mariota on YouTube saying, in your opinion, do you think Marcus will play? Yes. I do believe Marcus is going to play. He has to play in this game. There's no way he's not going to miss this game. Definitely. So T-Swag saying, I want the division title. Go Jags. We're going to have to cheer for the Jags. We're going to have to cheer for the Jags. We're going to have to cheer for the Jets. We're going to have to cheer for the Browns. And we're going to have to cheer. Yeah, we're going to cheer for the Jags. We got to cheer for the Jets. We got to cheer for the Browns. All three of those teams have got to win. We win the division or get a first round bye. We definitely need to cheer for Jacksonville, without a doubt. So if Gabbert plays, I mean, I think we can win with him. He did prove it before against Houston, against J.J. Watt and that defense. He's proven he can win, but this is a tall order for Gabbert to go through. And in so doing, let's get into previewing the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are coming in at 9-6 as well. Andrew Luck is hot, without a doubt. Andrew Luck has been the kryptonite. He has been the thorn in our side for far too long. And to get into the playoffs, we have to beat Luck for the first time. There's always a first time. Why not now? That has to happen. Andrew Luck has to go down. We have got to beat him. And why not? Everybody and their mama is going to be picking against us. Every media outlet in the world is going to pick Andrew Luck. And it would not shock me if the Colts come into this game and they're just lackadaisical, or the Colts just act like they've already won this game, or they underestimate. They may underestimate us, which gives us an advantage. The thing about us, we're playing at home. We're 6-1 at home. We're playing in the cold, which plays to our favor because we can run the ball. Now, the Colts have been doing very well running the ball too, with Marlon Mack and Nyheim Hines coming out of the backfield. But I think if we run the football and have those long, we have some long 5, 6, 7-minute drives that keep Luck off the field, and we score touchdowns, not field goals, that should get us the victory, because we're gonna have to play defense against Andrew Luck, but the best defense is a good offense. We are going to have to keep Luck off the field as long as we possibly can. And that's the best way to beat the Indianapolis Colts. We got to keep Luck off the field, and we have got to shut down Marlon Mack and Nyheim Hines. So that is 2 of the Blue Enforcer 4 ways to victory right there. We've got to get pressure on Andrew Luck. We have got to sack him. We got to get pressure on him. We got to touch him, get him off his spot. We got to sack him. And it would make me so happy. And I know we shouldn't wish injury on anybody. If somebody just hits Luck hard in the middle, maybe on his throwing arm, and take him off his spot. They may not take him out of the game, but that at least will hamper him. So we got to find a way to beat that offensive line. We got to have some tricks, some twists, some blitz, everything to be able to get to Andrew Luck. We got to confuse him. We got to give him something he hasn't seen before. So that's the best way to beat Luck. Also, we got to shut down the running game. We got to make sure we crowd the running lanes and make sure Naeem Hines and Marlon Mack don't have running room. Eric Ebron may not play in this game. We have some other receivers like Pascal and Rogers and stuff like that. But the main thing is we have got to double T.Y. Hilton. We have got to make sure T.Y. Hilton does not go off. We got to make sure that T.Y. Hilton is not a factor in this game. I don't care if anybody else goes off as long as T.Y. Hilton does not. We have got to take care of T.Y. Hilton the best way possible. Marcus Mariota says, I feel the best way to beat Luck for the first time is to send him home. That is true. We have got to take care of that. So that's something we definitely got to do. Defense and Inman. Inman is also a receiver. So we've got to neutralize Luck the best way that we can. And the best way to do that is to run the ball and control the game, control the clock. Defensively, again, attack that offensive line. Don't be afraid of them. Send a couple of people Quentin Nelson's way. Make him decide to block somebody and let a guy come free. We have got to sack Andrew Luck. We've got to sack him. We've got to double T.Y. Hilton all game. We got to have a spy. So stuff like that. We just cannot let Andrew Luck pick us apart. That is what Andrew Luck does best. And, that's just plain and simple. We have to beat Andrew Luck. We have got to beat him. And if we're ever going to beat him, this is the time to do it. Now, that defense with Darius Leonard on the other side, and he is a legit superstar. He is extremely good. They have a very good defensive line, a very good linebacking core. But Derrick Henry, I think, can hit 100 yards rushing. He's definitely going to hit 1,000 because he only needs 34 to do it. But we're definitely going to have to bring our A game in every step of the way. Derrick Henry's going to have to get over 100 yards rushing. He's going to have the ball at least 25 times in this game. Deion Lewis is going to have to catch out of the backfield. Corey Davis needs to be involved. They need to just go to him. And Marcus Mariota has to play. If he plays in this game, I think we win without a doubt in my mind. I'm going to pick the Titans to beat Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. I think it's going to be 24-21. I think the Titans win this game and go to the playoffs. And I'm going to venture to say this, and this is going to be a bold prediction. The Titans will be AFC South Division champions. Bank on that. 24-21. Tennessee Titans not only get in the playoffs, but will be division champions. I think the Jags beat the Texans. Titans win and will be division champions. That is my call. That is what we're going to do. I think this defense is going to play for Jarrell Casey. They are going to play with reckless abandonment. They're going to play hard. And this offensive line, I think they're going to play with everything they got for Marcus and for Derek. They want to get Derrick Henry that 1,000 yards. They're going to want to get this win. It's going to be at home. I think it's going to happen. 24-21, Titans win. My call on that. Definitely. So Isaiah saying, I hope we get to Luck. That's why we draft. That's why in draft free agency we need to go after D-line. I agree with that. Henry is bigger than Leonard. Fable Savage saying, thoughts on Coward saying Titans need to move on from Mariota. You know what? I think Buck Rising and some other guys said it best on 102 to 5. On 102, they are going to re-sign Marcus Mariota. That is going to happen. Barring a sheer disaster or a career-ending injury, he's going to get re-signed. I think with the injuries, he's not going to get paid over $25 million. I think somewhere between the realm of 17 to maybe 20 is about what they're going to give him. I think that's the best case scenario. I think that's what's going to happen. With that, let's see. Joseph Rodriguez, I can't see the New England Patriots losing on Sunday against the Jets. It would be a shock and surprise if they lose. I definitely agree with that. Classic Rod says Titans win by 2 scores. I hope so. Isaiah said we should have been division champs last year. I agree. T Swag said that's what I want to hear. Bold statement by one and only. I have to go with that. Crowd needs to be loud. I agree with that. And I will say this, I don't care where you're watching the game. If you're at Nissan Stadium or if you're at a bar or at home, scream loud. Scream at the television. It'll help. It will definitely. So with that, so be loud, be proud. Let's do this. If you're going to the game, go to the bridge before. They're probably going to do it around 5. Go to the bridge. They're going to march in again to remember the Titans. I think they're going to do that. So definitely be there for that. And we're going to get this win. I believe in this team. We're going to win this game, y'all. We are going to win this game. That is going to happen. And again, my bold statement, we will win the division on Sunday night. That is going to happen. So get ready for the playoff. Get ready to host the playoff game because that's what's going to happen. Again, that's my Christmas. That's my Christmas wish. That is my Christmas present that I want. I want a Titans winning a division title. So I think that's going to do it for me. Definitely going to have to try to remember the Titans for the game without a doubt and everything. So I think that is about all that I need to talk about tonight is definitely that and definitely previewing the Colts. Hopefully I didn't take too much of y'all time on this evening. Thank y'all for sticking with me with that. Got a huge group going to the game. Rizzo Vegas saying that. Definitely Titans need to take first. I agree with that classic ride. Take the ball first. Don't defer. Go first. Score first. Put them behind. Definitely. So everybody, I want to thank y'all for tuning in for Titans and Truth. Hopefully, if I forgot anything, I'm sorry. Definitely going to be previewing preview and a post game will be done at Flavor House in Memphis at the Titans Fan Club headquarters. So definitely have a big show for that. And cheer loud, cheer proud. Let's tighten up. Don't lighten up. And let's get this win. We are the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans. I'll holler at y'all. Good night.